Hello and welcome to the Trophy Trust Podcast, our weekly podcast of PlayStation Trophies. I'm your host, Electronic, and joining me this evening, we have B-Tips,
Hello.
Sora,
Oh,
and and joining us from Vault 906, we have Ash and Burnie.
Yo.
Hello.
You know, I would have gotten more fanfare, but it's been too much.
That was the funniest Ash I've ever heard. Ash.
the Discord server cut our budget last week.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. Well, all our Patreon money just went over to the easy peasies and the server hosting costs, so that's probably why we don't have that much budget for a fancier intro for Vault 906.
Damn you, easy peasy games.
Girl.
Well then, anyways, how is everybody doing today? Well, seeing as Sora is the most enthusiastic of the bunch, how about you? What are you doing today? How are you doing?
Doing awful, actually. I was gonna say doing wonderful, do the thing that everyone says, but no, I'm gonna switch it up. I'm doing fucking awful.
Is it because of the lackluster intro that we made today?
No, it's because of what you sent me on Twitter this morning.
Oh yeah, Nino Kuni got new DLC.
Wow.
Oh yeah, so people who don't know, Sora has been trying to do the platinum for Ni no Kuni 2, and once he got the platinum, I sent him the DLC that's now free. So that's very interesting because it includes trophies now, so he has to do them all.
Oh no.
So now he has to go back to 100% again.
It's some of the most heartbreaking thing ever. It's just like you end up platinuming a game and then you come back a week later and they just release DLC that just has trophies on it.
I'm so close to platinuming it, but it actually makes me feel sick. Like that influence, getting the influence, and like nobody is ever getting me the stuff I need to do anything, and I'm putting everybody on certain things and I'm making everybody freaking happy, and they're not making what I want them to make. So I just gave up. I was like, well, fucking go on your own then. Whatever.
I literally had to resort to looking it up online, like what market made whatever thing, and then assigning them to that specific booth, and then leaving my PS4 on for a while I went to work, and then coming back and still not getting what I needed.
But that's the thing. I went through like a collector's guide, and it. By the way, the collector's guide was wrong. I just want to say, like, there was wrong on so many levels. Whoever published it needs to be shot because it was crap. But like on that aspect, it was okay. But like they're just still not making. I don't know who I have to kill to get a freaking fish, or like stupid like. I need some stupid golden egg at the moment, like I care, and I just gave up. Whatever.
It's like I'm gonna fucking fish the fish myself if that's what's gonna make you happy. I'd rather not have to stand on
if one more
waiting
person
24 hours.
asked for a swillfish, I would have literally punched them in the face. Their virtual face. I was so done.
It seems we entered to a Ni no Kuni tangent.
You've entered the ranting portion of the podcast.
Oh, welcome to the Trophy Trust podcast where we rant about Ni no Kuni occasionally.
Don't say Ni no Kuni, else Burnie will trigger. Like, that's literally just it.
It seems that you guys were very passionate about all this Ni no Kuni stuff. Well, let's jump into what we've been seeing. Sora, how have you been doing?
So yeah, I'll go ahead and start. So I finished Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Got the platinum for that game. That happened about 3 days ago.
Well, how was that?
It was so nice to go back to that game because that's literally my favorite game of all time. And so platinuming that game isn't a like I don't know how to say it, but it's not frustrating. It's literally like enjoyable to go through that game. So platinuming that game was nice, and then I was like, should I do another Kingdom Hearts game or should I go to a different one? But I was just such in a groove that I went to Kingdom Hearts 1 now. So that's what I've been playing right now, and I'm playing Kingdom Hearts 1 finally.
Like going backwards, man. That's got to be rough.
Listen, I've played all of these games probably 100 times over, so I mean it doesn't bother me.
I know, I have too, but it's just like you go from Kingdom Hearts 2, which has an amazing, combat system, to Kingdom Hearts 1, which has like a simplified combat system.
Yeah, it doesn't hold
Like a
up.
lot slower.
It definitely doesn't hold up.
Ash and I started playing them again, like maybe about a month ago. So we started with Kingdom Hearts 1, and just everything about it just makes me angry. Like, I don't like the gummy ship. Like, what the heck is the gummy ship? Like, what is it? Like, I just it's just a no from me, to be honest. So
I feel like Square Enix was high when they were developing the Gummy Ship segment.
And
of
they're
Kingdom
bringing
Hearts
it
1.
back for Kingdom Hearts 3, and it doesn't look like it changed at all, so...
oh my god,
Yeah,
kill me.
I feel like when they get to the point of like, okay, we need to design the Gummy Ship for the new Kingdom Hearts game. Let's get fucking stoned and let's design it!
It was so broken. Like,
I mean,
I don't know about you guys, but I don't know how to play this game. I don't know how to build a gummy ship.
I don't know why.
I didn't either until
I'm not gonna
1.5
lie,
and 2.5 came
I'm
out.
not gonna lie, the gummy sections in Kingdom Hearts 2 look like a drug trip, so...
Yeah.
Well, I honestly didn't know much about the gummy chips either. But anyways, since we went off to Kingdom Hearts Tangent, Sora, is there any other game that you've been playing this week that you might want to share with us then?
Yeah, so after I had Platinum Kingdom Hearts 2, I actually went and did a couple easy games because Nomad kind of talked me into doing so. And so I actually did 2 games by Ratalka, or how do you ever pronounce the game dev?
Ratalaika.
Yeah, Ratalaika. I did a couple of their games. I did Super Destronaut DX, and then I did Inksplosion on the PS4.
Well, I have heard good things about Super Destronaut DX, but I have not heard much good things about Explosion. Like, I've heard some things bad about that game, so I'm not sure how you feel about them.
Inksplosion can go suck a dick. That's all I can say on it. It's just super laggy.
Yeah, especially on the Vita port, but I mean, that's pretty much everything, right, Sora?
Yeah, that's everything.
Okay then. So let's go over with our guests now. Ash or Burnie, which one you want to go first?
Me.
Just know, like, hey, hon, do you want to go first? No, I'll go.
I wear the trousers here. I played at the weekend. We were quite productive, me and Ash. So he'll probably talk us through what he played anyway. But I played Assassin's Creed Origins, and it was like £22. So I thought I'll just get it and have a go, and I literally ended up absolutely falling in love with it. I really, really enjoyed it. I hadn't played an Assassin's Creed game in God knows how long, so this one was like a really nice one to go into. It was so interesting. The world was amazing. I loved every single quest. I never got bored. Like with Far Cry 5, the more I moved around the map, I just got so bored and everything seemed really samey. But with Origins, I felt like everything was different and new. So I got the plat for that on the Saturday. And then on the Sunday, I got the plat for Tekken 7. It took me like 7 hours in total. And Ash helped me quite a bit. And so did someone else off Twitter. And so I managed to get that out the way. And then recently, yesterday, I actually write reviews for a magazine. And one of the, a digital magazine, which is really cool. And one of the games I'm reviewing is a game called Phantom Doctrine, which I don't know if anybody's heard of it. But it's kind of like a sort of a spy kind of game. It doesn't come out for a little while. I think, I think it comes out next week. But it's like a spy sort of turn-based game where you like solve mysteries and stuff. So I had a go at that. But other than that, I went and splashed my gift card today, and I bought Nier Automata.
Yes.
Yakuza 0 because I've not played Yakuza before,
nice.
so I thought I'd start with that one. And then I bought The Division as well because me and Ash want to get the plat for that. So now I'm sort of like, I've got so many games to freaking play that I don't even know where to start now. But
This is the start of the backlog.
Yeah, believe anyone in this server. Like, everyone's got their own backlog to go through.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, anyways, Volt, is that everything you've been playing?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, then. Let's move on then.
Yeah.
Let's move on with Ash, the second half of Vault 906. Hey Ash, what have you been playing?
Yeah, so it started off really innocent. I thought I'd go back and finish Final Fantasy X.
Oh,
So I sort of looked at the trophy list and I was like, that does not look bad at all. I'm literally going to smash this out. So I smashed the story out, made sure I got all the alphabet primers, and then I just hit the wall of a grind. It was just like, I don't know. I had this image in my head. It was going to be like the biggest breeze ever. And then going around and like catching all monsters, like 10 of each, and just like grind on top of grind.
Oh, I know that feeling, man. I platinumed both 10 and 10-2 pretty much back to back.
Yeah, that's what I was going to do. And it was either to 10-2 or it was going to go to 12. And then I just decided like I just needed a little bit of a break. So obviously,
those games can be quite taxing, especially when you're dodging 200 lightning bolts, trying to beat a race under 0 seconds, playing God knows how many blitzball.
It was actually painful for me to watch him, like, let alone him actually doing it. It was stressful just for me watching him. It was gross.
Burnie was away like the week before, so I was trying to get a couple of trophies. Got the Chocobo trophies done pretty easy, and then I was doing the lightning dodging, and then literally I was doing it in like 10 or 15 hits, and then I'd put the controller down and just like calm down, just get like settled again, and then I failed on 190.
Oh man, I would have probably quit the game if that was the case.
I literally just sat there. I was like, I am so done.
I swear to God, I thought I was going to end up having a heart attack at the final 10 lightning bolts.
Yeah,
I was like, if I fuck this up now.
I sat next to her going, like, my heart is beating out my chest. It's like, I literally, like, my hands are jelly, and I can see myself, like, messing up on the screen where I almost mess it up.
Yeah.
He was like, Burnie, we'll take in 10, so you can do 10, I'll do 10. I literally couldn't get past, like, frickin' 2, and I kept dying. So he kept, like, getting us, like 10, and then I'd, like, make us go all the way back to the beginning again. So I couldn't even help him. So he just had to struggle on his own.
It took me the best part of, like, most of the day, like, most of one day to get that trophy out of the way.
Yeah, the weird thing with that game as well, I had 2 trophies glitch, but not glitch as in not unlock, but just unlock at random times. Like, I got the penance trophy probably about 2 hours in for killing a pudding. And then I got the Nemesis trophy. Was it Nemesis? Or it might have been Yevon. I got that for killing, like, a spider or something. Just randomly.
Did you play through like the entire story, like all the way to the credits, or?
Yeah, but I did in the end. Like I carried on and got it all done, but like 2 of the trophies just unlocked randomly before I even got anywhere in the game, which is like, yeah, like completely random. Like I shared them on Twitter and like the screenshots of something completely different.
Because isn't Penance like one of the super bosses in that game?
Penance is like the optional boss in the game, man.
Yeah, you got to kill all the Dark Aeons, and then you get to fight Penance.
You just got that trophy randomly?
Yeah, it just pops.
Super
like,
weird.
Killing anything.
Yeah, I've never had a trophy glitch out on me in Final Fantasy X.
Yeah, so I did that, then did Tekken on the Sunday, and then since then I've just installed and then decided I didn't want to play it and uninstalled games for probably the past 3 or 4 days. And then just played it. As you do, literally let it update and then just go not feeling it anymore, delete.
I did that with Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain. I was like, okay, I really want to play this. This looks fun. And then maybe after an hour, I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to try and go for this plat.
Yeah, I really installed it. I installed Crash Bandicoot again last night. I haven't played it for months because it's literally I was actually throwing my controller. It's like getting that much. So I installed that yesterday. I tell you, I turned on Crash Bandicoot 1, and you know the bridge level?
Mm-hmm.
That's the level I left it on. So I tried to carry on from that point. And then I was like, no, life's too short, and then just Just got it off.
He was probably on it for about 10 minutes, and then he was like, I'm not playing this anymore, and then deleted it.
Oh, I've had days like that. You just sit there with the game open, and you're just like, I just don't want to play it today.
I think sometimes when we did the God of War plat in like 3 days, probably less than 3 days, and then like I did Assassin's Creed, and then obviously he did like Final Fantasy X. When you do like a plat that heavy, then you just don't want to play anything else. You just want to like just die, and
You just want to die.
you just want
I did that, like, hardcore.
Yeah. God of War, seriously, I don't think I played after doing God of War, like, and I think we probably pushed it a bit too much, because like God of War for 3 days getting the plat was too much, and I don't think me and Ash played games for like 2 weeks after that, because nothing was like satisfying. I just wanted to like rip my eyelids off. Like, I was like hearing boy in my nightmares. I could literally have cried. It was awful.
The worst bit is obviously just Atreus, like, towards the end. Just, there's no... It's so horrible. Just, you just want to choke someone. Just...
Hey, you want to choke him?
Yeah.
Like, fucking annoying little shit.
Well, Ash, is that everything you've been playing?
Literally Fortnite, that's all I've been playing this week.
Oh, so like B tips for like
3 months in a row.
Oh, that's true. That was 3 months in a row. Speaking of which, B tips, what have you been playing throughout this weekend?
I stopped playing Neo, so you're not going to hear me bring that up again on the podcast.
Is there a reason why?
That's just I just couldn't find any fun in the game. Every time I died, I was just like, well, that's just another 10 minutes I have to go through. It was like playing Call of Duty with no checkpoints. It's just like, oh, I died. Guess I got to go back to the main, the beginning of the level. But I just put it down for a while. I'll probably pick it back up later. But after I put it down, I decided to play like other smaller stuff. I'm currently playing Here They Lie, which is like the new PS Plus game for this month.
Oh, the PS Plus VR game.
Yeah, it's like a first person like walking simulator or whatever, but it doesn't have a platinum trophy. But I don't know. I'm not really finding too much fun in it. I'm literally just trying to play it to get through it, to get the 100%. Just like the first, I want to say like 20 minutes of the game, maybe a little bit longer. Like the entire game is just gray. Like literally everything in the game is gray. Like they never finished painting the goddamn game.
But yeah, that's an interesting takeaway for this game. But besides this like black and white canvas game that you've been playing, what other games have you been testing about?
And going back to what I said about Call of Duty during the Neo thing, before I started playing Here They Lie, I got into Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered. And because I played original Call of Duty 4 on the 360 like a long time ago, and I got the 100% on that, like I wanted to feel the nostalgia from playing it originally. And despite the fact that I wanted to throw my controller at the TV numerous times because of veteran mode, I had a lot of fun with the game. They changed up a lot of like gun sounds and stuff, but I really didn't mind that. They literally left everything as it was. So
how's the game?
The game was pretty fun. It was as nostalgic as I remember it being.
Yeah, so you weren't one of those people that bought it with Infinite Warfare.
But you know what's heartbreaking? I was one of those mugs that bought it at full price because they said they're never going to release Modern Warfare on its own. You had to buy it with that set, or you'd never be able to buy it. So there's me panicking, going, "Where's my 70 quid? Where's my 70 quid? Gotta get it. What do I see in frickin' some stupid ass toy shop? Oh, Modern fucking Warfare Remastered on its own."
I knew I knew exactly when Infinite Warfare came out, and they announced that, oh, if you buy the stupid special whatever deal, you can get the Call of Duty 4 for free. I knew exactly when they made that deal. I knew 100% that they were going to release it as a separate game, because I knew they were not going to make a game like that and remaster it from the ground up just to be sold like as a separate. Like, nobody's going to want to buy Infinite Warfare to play, something that's actually fun.
But I'm stupid, okay? And I
that was the thing. There was so much backlash with Infinite Warfare, like that they were gonna boycott the game because of having to pay for that just to get Modern Warfare remastered. It was gonna be an inevitability that they were gonna put Modern Warfare remaster on its own. There was just too much backlash.
Like it's the same thing with like Far Cry 5. It's just like if you buy the season pass, you get Far Cry 3, like the PS4 version for free. Like you can buy that right now in the the PlayStation Store. No, you can't really do that kind of thing and expect people to just buy your game because of it.
I mean, most developers nowadays actually added in, games within them. Metal Gear Solid 2, I think it was added because of, what's this game? Zone of Enders, and what other game? Final Fantasy 15 was tied in. What was this game again? I kind of forgot what this game was. Anyone remember?
Like Final Fantasy Type 0.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah, like that
15,
one.
I think it was, wasn't it?
Exactly, that demo was part of it, and that's part of what it was. Now this is like a full-fledged game, completely hostage over this. Like, I can't imagine you paying up front to get this game as this is. Like, I can imagine like a demo because Crash Bandicoot 3 had the Spyro and all that stuff. So it's interesting to see how this just separates you. But then you got like stuff like Far Cry 3 with Far Cry 5 season pass.
And if you're gonna make it like, at least Far Cry 5 did it right, or Ubisoft did it right in the sense that when they released Far Cry 3, they made it so that you can download it separately as soon as it came out. You had to wait at least a year after Infinite Warfare came out in order to buy Modern Warfare like remastered separately. Basically, it wasn't available to download by itself until like World War II came out.
Yeah, it's like they went back, looked at like the financial spreadsheets, and were like, "That didn't pay off. Need to quickly like."
They're like, what did we mess up on?
But yeah, so B-Tips, is that all of you been playing besides Modern Warfare?
Yes, that was all the games I've been playing for now.
So let's go over the news section. So now we're going to talk about a bit of what's happening actually this week. As of today, today was Quake Con 2018, running around from August 9th to the 12th. This one included a keynote on August 10th, which is today, and basically Bethesda going about what is about some games like Doom Eternal, Rage 2, The Elder Scrolls Online, Quake Champions, and of course more details on Fallout 76 with the perk system, as well as detailing some new content coming for the game Prey, Elder Scrolls Legends, their upcoming card game that they're working on, and of course again Quake Champions' new DLC program, how it's going to be handled and how the content's going to be streamed upon. And besides that, we got ourselves more of what's going to happen with the story of Rage 2, Doom Eternals with the I think there was an invasion type of thing that's coming happen. So that's pretty much all that's coming out with the Doom, and all the stuff that's coming out with the actual Bethesda keynote that's happening today. So I'm not sure about you guys, but where do you guys want to start with this?
You want to do go ahead and just do Doom Eternal and then work way up to Fallout 76, because I think everyone wants to talk about Fallout 76. So let's get like the minor topics out of the way.
Yeah, I watched one of the gameplay trailers for Doom earlier today, and if you played what was it, 2016 Doom?
Yeah.
If you played that Doom, it's pretty much the same as that. It's just more.
Just another.
It's just more more demons to kill, places to shoot, more guns to shoot, etc., etc.
It looks good though. Like the Hell on Earth looks really good.
Yeah. If I had to give it to if I had to give this to anything, it's they make incredible set pieces.
Yeah, Doom 2016 has a bunch of stuff with set pieces that link everything together. But something that promptly quicked them up is the ability to invade other people's bases and all that stuff. Not bases, but levels and into the other single player campaign. I imagine that can be disabled, but I just don't know how to feel about that. It's something very stupid. I don't know how anyone else feels about this.
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. What is it with everybody recently? Just you can't just be on your own. It's it's got to have a multiplayer aspect all the time.
I'm sure there's a way to turn off the
online. No, I'm sure maybe. Maybe you can just do an offline solo campaign. I think it would be cool for the first 5 minutes, and then when you keep getting repeatedly killed by people that are better than you are, I'm sure it gets real tiresome real quick. Kind of like Bloodborne. Me and Ash were oh, it's really funny when someone invades your game, ha ha ha, and then someone was invading our game on Bloodborne constantly, and it got to the point where we were if I do not find that bell ringing bitch, I'm gonna literally pick the hell off, because I'm sick of having cocky assholes come into my game. So it's a double-edged sword. It'll be cool for the first 5 minutes, then I'm gonna start getting aggy. So.
When you acquire the BFG, because I know they're gonna do that in this game, you just save your ammo for that thing, and when you see another player jump into the game, just one-shot them with it.
It just doesn't make sense, this mode that they're adding in. You can invade other people's game. I just don't think it works with Doom.
I'm guaranteed it's gonna be a trophy. That's probably the only reason.
Yeah.
It's just I'm reading over it and everything, and it's just it doesn't feel like it feels like a Doom thing to do.
Did anybody play Left 4 Dead? Did anyone play the Left 4 Dead PvP? That's exactly what it was. You had a team of 4, and then they'd come in as whatever, and it's that exact thing. It's if they're too good as a demon, it's horrible.
There's gonna be trolls in the game though, where it's just I'm gonna take control of the strongest demon here, and I'm just gonna wipe the floor with the human player.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there'll be restrictions on what you can possess and everything, in certain areas. But I just feel the whole new mode in general is just not something. I feel they just added it in to be okay, what can we do to make this not the Doom game for 2016? Because if you want my honest opinion, this Doom Eternal kind of looks like Doom 2016, just with a new fresh coat of paint.
I what I said.
And there's nothing wrong with that. I love Doom 2016.
I definitely think to it other than that, isn't it?
Was great. My favorite part of that gameplay trailer is that he saw the guy had the red key card on his neck. He literally pulled him over toward the key card thing. I thought he was gonna yank it off of him, but he was just no, you come with me.
I just have a broad perspective on it. I really hope Rage 2 can prove to be a good game, because I played Rage 1 back in 2012, I believe, and I played a bit of it. I played about 10 hours of it, but I just did not get into that game, man. It was so boring. So boring.
If you're playing it for story, then I can understand. But the gameplay was pretty fun.
I don't even know about the gameplay then.
Yeah, maybe we're trying to put Borderlands back in and just cleanse.
Yeah, I that's the thing. I was like, this is just like a discounted version of Borderlands. Like, fuck, I have. It's just like it looks good. That's cool.
I'm not going to defend Rage, but like the only thing I really will say about it is that the game looks amazing.
Oh yeah.
Like you can like as soon as you start the game and you look at the sky, you'd almost think it was like a real skybox, like just like the real sky in the game. But
I just don't want to have the same experience that I had with Rage, where I'm just like, okay, well, I could just easily go back to Borderlands: The Handsome Collection and play that.
It does look like they've took a lot of like good stuff off. I don't want to say pinched, but like they've gone to like all different games and gone that look like work really well, and then just push it in.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a love child of like Mad Max, Borderlands. Like it has like different aspects from different things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm just interested to see, like, just based on, I know it was a shitty story and a crappy ending, but I'm just curious to see if Rage 2 like picks up where Rage 1 left off. Based on how Rage 1 ended, that's a pretty big gap.
I feel like at the moment the marketing has got me more excited than what the actual game is going to be like.
I will say that that's a plus about the marketing that they've been.
Yeah, I think it's proper hype. Like me and Ash literally watched the conference, and then straight after we pre-ordered the collector's edition because we were like, "Oh my god, this looks amazing!" And as soon as you hear anti-WK, you're like, "Oh, we're pumped!" And I think the marketing has done it like massive favors, but like I guess you cannot rely on marketing like the whole way along. So.
Like, in the driving sections of Rage 2, if I'm not allowed to listen to Andrew WK on the radio, then that's just a wasted opportunity.
Yeah, because he's voice acting in it, but he's obviously, whatever the collector's is whatever the Beast was, pretty much.
Do you get his album if you pre-order the collector's edition?
Can you get a vinyl album?
As long as it doesn't come out between, like, Resident Evil 2 and Kingdom Hearts 3, then I really don't mind.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna win though if it does. I don't know. Like me, probably, but like, because I'm not massive Kingdom Hearts fan, and I don't really like. I hate horror games, so Resident Evil just doesn't interest me. So for me, it would win, but I guess for a lot of people, like maybe Ash, like it doesn't seem like it would even be considered. That's the problem with releasing things all at the same time. It's like you want to buy all of them, but you just can't. So it'll be dangerous.
I think it's down for late February, March. I think it's down on UK things. It's around the end of Feb.
I'm just gonna go ahead and just guesstimate that it's probably gonna come out like closer to like the beginning of summer.
I love Elder Scrolls Online. I would literally bum it. I love it. Like
coming strong right out of that box.
Yeah, I think she just blew effect of the chair.
She just went full in. She said, "I fucking love Elder Scrolls Online."
I'm sorry. I'm gonna like anger everyone, but I hate Skyrim. But I absolutely love Elder Scrolls Online. Like it's just amazing.
Oh, I'm sure Skyrim at this point, considering they just keep releasing it on like every new console.
Skyrim is just so boring. The world is boring. Everything is boring.
It may as well be like an oldie at this point.
I will say that when Elder Scrolls Online first came out, I was so addicted to it for like the next 3 months. And then I kind of fell off the wagon and I haven't played it since. But I will say the 3 months that I did play Elder Scrolls Online, it kept me hooked.
I literally just wander around. I don't know what I'm doing. Some guy online, he said, "Stop following me, you dickhead." And I was like, I love this game. I was like, this is the best game ever.
I
like,
love this game. I love it when people call me dickheads.
That's
I was
great.
I was trying to make him help me, like, defeat some things, and I thought he was getting ready to help me, but he clearly wasn't. So I was, like, standing next to him, like, come on, dude, we're gonna fight them together. And then he literally sent me a message, and I was like, oh, you wanna not? Like, don't pick on me, because I'm living right now, and you need to just back off. But, like, other than that, my experience has been a 10 out of 10, love it. Like...
Who would have thought that the best game ever would be someone calling you a dickhead?
That's
Yeah.
gaming, isn't it?
Best game alive.
I swear they're just making expansions for ESO so they can make them into full-fledged games. Like,
Bring it.
anybody would love to go to Murkmire in, like, Elder Scrolls 6 or 7, but no, they're just gonna do this for that, just so we can't get that kind of game.
Literally, I welcome anything. Like, if they're gonna improve it, I welcome anything. I just think everything is great. Like, I have no, like, technical, like, anything technical to say. I love it. So bring it. Like, make it everything. Let's do it.
They do a really good job of like the lore, I think, with Elder Scrolls Online, just like giving you little bits and tastes of like everything. I think that's what it does really well.
Yeah.
Like, I found it a lot more enjoyable than Skyrim because that was just sort of just run here, and it's like I'm not really feel like I'm achieving anything. That's where I don't know, like Elder Scrolls Online, a lot of the quests were the same things, like skin for different areas, just like collecting something else, but you didn't mind too much because the areas were actually like interesting. So, let's say if you got like werewolves and vampires, if it's like I don't know, like the areas are dark, a bit like Bloodborne or something, like I'm all for it.
Everything just seems more interesting in ESO than it does in Skyrim. I don't know why. It just, everything seems better. I'm just starstruck.
It's just so
By amount, I think, for people that watched the Doofarini that they were doing, they were given like away a free, not amount, a free like little pet, little drag. No, it wasn't. It was a tigery, wolfy, flame covered, beautiful thing. If you watch this like thing, and I was
That's
like,
a perfect description.
Yeah, I was gonna say that was the most
Exactly.
descriptive thing I have ever.
oh, you know me. I don't know what it was, but it was cool, and I was like, oh yeah, boy.
Beck, how much do I have to pay you to start ESO?
If you got a platinum,
And some internet connection.
and you have the platinum in.
Yeah.
Oh.
How much?
Yeah, but there's that really hard trophy, isn't it, where you've got to be like the best of the best. It's like,
Well, no, isn't like there one of those like the PvP thing?
Yeah.
You have to be the best.
yeah.
Yeah, that was one that's a bitch.
Yeah, that's what put me off it. I did all like the story trophies, and then I was like, well, I ain't gonna be the best of the best because there'll be some newbie douchebag somewhere that'll be like, my horse is better than your horse. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna bother.
We've reached a point in ESO where we've just compared horses in terms of power level. My horse is better than your horse. Obviously, that means I have the better strength in the match. We're going to war. Let's ride, Butt Stallion.
But it's on PC, so if you only own a PS4, then tough shit.
I feel like it's like, I don't know, it's like a real niche market because everyone's like got to be a certain age to have played Quake. Like I played Quake, but there's been that many games that came out. Like I've forgotten about Quake. Like I don't know, I don't have like any feelings to go back to it. I'm just like, if I want to play something, I'll just play whatever.
I think the most Quake I've ever played is like there was a demo at my school that was set on like 6 computers.
Yo, I was about
And
to
it
say
had
I
the
played
Quake
Quake.
demo, and me and my friends would just play that like when we were done with like schoolwork.
We had computer classes in high school and everything, and me and my friends would just fucking look Quake, and literally all the computers surrounding the classroom would just all be on Quake. It was awesome. I love that game so much. That was what helped me get past the time for that class.
It was either Quake 2 or Midnight Speed or whatever the hell that game was called. Like that racing game that was like the rival to Need for Speed. Midnight Run, I think it might have been. Yeah, it was like the demo for that. It was a lot. It was just like demos at my school, but it was still fun. It was pretty fun when we played together.
I mean, the beta. Okay, so let's talk beta. The only thing I was a bit like weird about is that they're not going to make the beta accessible to everybody as soon as the beta goes live. They're doing like a selection process where everybody like redeems their code and then they pick you at random from different retailers to start playing the beta, and then gradually more and more people will get to play the beta until everybody can play it. And I don't know, like, I'm so salty because if I don't get picked first, I'll like go on a rampage.
I'm glad you actually mentioned that, Volt, because like I was talking to people like a couple nights ago, and they mentioned that the beta wasn't going to be like, it was a selection process pretty much, and then they said that it wasn't going to be available to the public, and I was like, why wouldn't you make it available to the public?
There was someone called Jurassica on a forum who announced it, and she said she edited her post because people were like going mental, because like I would, and she was like, it like everybody who's pre-ordered, because that's the whole reason you pre-order, because you want to access the beta. She did say everybody who pre-ordered will have access to the beta, but it's just this whole like rolling out thing, because you know, it'll be. I will get so salty if Ash got picked before me. I swear to God, there will be ruptions in this house if he gets picked before me. So I don't know. I was a bit iffy on that, like that whole selection process. I don't know how they're going to pick it. Whether it's going to be random or whether it's going to be strategic. I don't know, but there's a bit.
Even if he does get picked, you're just going to play it on his PS4 anyway.
Yeah, like I'm not going to play it till release. Like I don't want to play the beta. I don't like how your progress carries over. Like I don't like it. I think with the beta where they're doing like a lottery to get picked, it's only going to work and be better for everybody. Because normally what happens is everybody, like the beta's up, everyone goes on, the server has a hissy fit, and then it's down for like 2 days.
That's true.
Like that is a beta like 99% of the time. So at least they can do like, here's 100 people, and just keep it going, and then the server is stable and everyone gets to play. Yeah. Instead of everyone sitting there on Twitter.
Server fuck-ups or not, I want to be one of the first people on.
Yeah, exactly. But I agree with you. The whole your progress carrying over, it's such a double-edged sword, because I want to dip my toe in and like know what it's like, but then again, I wanted to start it like brand new on release, and then I just feel like I'm going to be at a disadvantage if I don't. Maybe I'm just being like a complete brat, but like I didn't really want it to be the entire map. I see why it's the entire map, because like all these people will explore everywhere, and any bug that comes up or anything that's problematic, then it can be immediately given to Bethesda. Like I get that, but at the same time, I wanted there to be a little bit of mystery around it. And you know, in the chat they just said just delete your save and start over. I get that, but like at the same time, I want it to be like the first. I want to be like the first.
You delete your save.
I just would have loved to have started. It had been like a little pool of like, here is a little bit of the world. Like, is it working? And then like I don't know. I'm like asking for the impossible, but that's just because.
I doubt you're going to explore all of it in like I don't know how long the beta is going to run for, but I doubt you're going to explore all of it in the time that they give you.
No, absolutely not. But then I feel like but by the time it releases, you're at a bit of a disadvantage. Obviously, I've pre-ordered, so it's fine. But like people who haven't pre-ordered, you know, might feel, and then their friends have, for example, they might feel a little bit behind because it's supposed to be like like you work together. It's supposed to be more with your friends and, you know, like kicking ass together. I don't know. I just feel like having your progress carry over just wasn't. Like I love it and I hate it at the same time. I don't really know how I feel.
I have a question though. Do you think the beta, for whatever reason, do you think the beta itself would be restrictive so that you can't see everything? Like it's all in one singular area that you can't go explore besides that, so that people are cornered?
Unless they lower the amount of players you can have in one server at a time, then I doubt that they can do that.
They have confirmed that it is going to be the entire map. And the other thing is that there's no non-disclosure agreement, so everybody can share the hell out of it, put screenshots, they can stream it, they can do whatever they want during this beta period, and then literally it is going to be Spoiler City. I'm going to be like ripping my hair out. So then I feel like I'm pushed to like maybe play it during the beta, but then at the same time I don't want to. I'm like such a brat right now.
I agree. I would agree with you to an extent, but we've already established that there's going to be no NPCs, so I don't imagine to know how the quest system is going to work in that game.
Yeah. I think it's all based around holotapes, computer terminals. Like that's all it's going to be.
I only imagine that it's probably like MMO style where you just like load in, you have a Pip-Boy, and then like quests will just be picked up as you like walk around. But
since when did Bethesda start caring about game-breaking bugs and proper testing though? Like,
yeah, I was about to say.
What is a game with Bethesda without game-breaking bugs?
When they realize that it's gonna be an online game and anyone can actually bug it out.
It's true. Like it takes them usually like a month or two just to fix the single-player game when it first comes out. But I can only just imagine how it's gonna go with a multiplayer game.
Well, I mean, shit, Skyrim's been out for about like 8 years and they still haven't fixed that game.
Yeah, and I don't think they'll ever fix that game.
I don't care. Like they can keep all the bugs and stuff. I still like. I played Fallout New Vegas when it first came out, and when I first got to a certain place, I walked through a building, like literally, and I was inside the wall. And I looked back on it and I was like, wow, that's an interesting bug. I didn't care. Like, it was funny to me. Like, it didn't crash my game or anything, but...
Yeah. It's like what they say in the chat. It's like the bug adds charm to Bethesda game.
Yeah.
It does.
The no NPCs, though, is going to be so weird, because some of, like, my favourite characters have been, like, you know, like, super mutants and... Like, it's just going to be so strange to be, like, reliant on technology, because I actually, you know, as much as I love Fallout and I would literally die for the bloody thing, I don't think I read every single terminal post, or... Unless it was like a vault that was really, really interesting and I knew it was interesting, I would maybe read them, but I would never read every single, or list. Even the holotapes, I'd play them just in case they gave me a quest, but I don't remember actually paying any attention to what they were saying. That sounds so bad coming from a Fallout fan, but, I mean, you know, I don't know how that's going to engage you.
I love the game to death, but I'm only just focused on, like, the main lore. Like, all this background, like, pre-war stuff is like...
That's why I relied so much on the MCs.
If I'm interested enough, I'll listen in on it, but most of the time it's just like... I'll be like in a terminal, and then in the next room there's like 4 goals, and it's just like, do I really want to read this, or do I just want to go fight?
That's the thing, because even in like Skyrim, when I see those stupid lore books, I don't read any of it. Like, it's just a bit weird, because the NPCs were the stuff that added a bit of... you know, made it a bit more interesting, so it's going to be a bit strange. And also, I'm a bit confused about this whole nuke system. I I don't
I
see
don't
how.
understand it either, especially in a multiplayer setting. It's like you have these launch codes to launch nukes to pretty much any settlement you want, and it's just like, why? Like, what's the
But it's
point?
like they made it like, so they said on their little Doofarini that they weren't going to be hard to find. It's not like you can get a nuke every 5 minutes. What concerns me is, like, what if I have a quest that's in the nuke zone? Do I have to wait for the nuke to, like, the cloud to clear? Because you can't go in there because they're all really high enemies. So it's like, if I'm a lower level, do I have to wait outside and wait for it to go? How long does it last? Is it like, 5 minutes, 10 minutes? Do you have to restart your game? Like, I don't understand how
like,
it's
how
going
many
to work.
nukes can you have in a certain game?
Yeah.
Like, in a one server, it's like, well, I walk to the next settlement and just find it a giant crater.
Yeah, it just confuses
Despite the fact
me.
that I hadn't even been here yet.
Yeah, and how does it change the map? Because obviously, is it going to be like bloody Modern Warfare 2, like where the screen goes a different color, or is it going to have a lasting effect to the map, or do you have to go to a different server? There's like so many. I think the nuke at the moment is like the biggest like grey area for me, and I find it completely pointless.
Okay. I think we went off long enough with Fallout.
We didn't rant on long enough. There's more ranting. No, I'm just kidding.
There is.
I know you guys are very anxious about this. We'll hopefully get to more of that later on.
This is why when the beta comes out, we have to know for sure, because I need to see how this game is going to work before I buy it. I mean, I love Fallout. I love Fallout to death, but I need to see how this game is going to operate.
All I know is that you guys are probably going to say, hey, let's record a session and just talk Fallout for like an hour, because this is like...
Oh, I'd love that.
Yeah, so I think this...
Probably could.
Could or can? Anyways, that's basically all of the...
Can indeed.
Yeah, so this is basically all the Quake Con stuff. This is like 1 out of 6. So we went off long enough. So let's move on to the next story, which is...
Long enough.
Yeah. Which is Red Dead Redemption 2. Got a gameplay reveal during the week.
The game looks sexy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Super, super sexy.
You can make friends with horses, for God's sake! You can make friends with them!
And the horses, as established in a picture on Reddit, the horses have testicles.
Yes, they do.
Confirmed.
They actually do.
Because that's the thing we want. When we were going from Red Dead Redemption 1 to 2, what was the one thing we were all crying for? Horse testicles. We didn't have enough of them.
I did not mean that type of friend. I mean, like, companion. I was not talking about the testicles, but...
Wow.
If you search Red Dead Redemption 2 and then right after that put in the word horse, the first word that comes up is testicles.
Every day's a school day.
As it should.
Listen, I just searched that up, so I did my research, boys.
Okay. Let's make and focus on the gameplay trailer. So
Yeah, we gotta keep it PG.
So they showed off what your character's being placed on. You're basically have a gang of 5 members, and you basically go around the countryside, basically exploring around and selling your new crew. And as long as the more you run around the camp, you can also befriend and get missions from other settlers, and you can recruit some by helping them out in certain parts. For example, some guy may be stuck on the ledge and they'll be crying out for help. Would you help him, or would you let him die? If you do help him, would you recruit him? Questions like that give like a sense of morality without giving a morality meter. So it's mostly like your decision. Do you want to recruit this person that you just saved, or would you just leave him alone? Or would you rather, save this person that got robbed, or just leave him alone? Or
I'm interested in the camp interaction thing with your gang members, because I was talking to Vex about this last night, and just based on how they showed it off, it makes me believe that it's similar to like the Mass Effect companion interaction.
Yeah.
where you talk to them, make friends with them, and then eventually they'll like trust you enough to give you this like life-threatening mission that'll just make it so that like they're best like BFFs with you forever now.
Yeah, exactly. And
It just makes me think that it's like gonna work that way too.
yeah, and the crew system seems like something that would be very interesting to see more of, and I would like to see what they're going after that. But
I think I have such a love-hate relationship with it because it looks so beautiful, and I loved the first Red Dead Redemption. I loved Undead Nightmare. I absolutely adore it. But then, like, all this like crap they've been doing with like, you know, extra story, but you have to buy the season pass and like all that crap. Then you think, what the fudge, Rockstar? Like, they want me to love them, but they also like want me to hate them. I'm sure, like.
It's a love-hate relationship.
yeah,
Yeah, but I want a love relationship, you know?
Yeah.
I want to love them.
Okay.
I want to know what love is.
Oh,
I want you to show me.
No. Anyway,
We're getting 80s in here.
yeah, I got the song stuck in my head now, so thank you
This
very
podcast
much.
is not sponsored by Foreigner.
Exactly. Other thing someone brought up, yeah, animals in this game is also something that is introduced, and it has a more key aspect. You can skin animals for money. You can also like
Yikes.
attack them. For example, gators appear in the bayou, and you can either kill
Down
them.
in the bayou.
I love how you got southern with that. Them gators in the bayou.
You're down in the bayou. We skin some gators.
I'm gonna wrestle me some gators in the bayou.
Bayou. No, but seriously though, I really enjoy the ability to see those majestic green creatures of the bayou all over, and you know,
What
skin-
accent is that?
I have no idea.
It's like a southern accent mixed with like Arnold Schwarzenegger mixed
Down the bayou.
with a little Rambo.
Down in the bayou. No, but
What even is a bayou? Is it just
Like
because I'm English? I don't.
It's a
It's a
swamp.
country redneck
Okay.
pond.
are we seriously
Okay.
asking that?
Sorry, I don't think
Basically,
we
the
have a bayou.
The bayou is just another word for swamp.
Yeah,
Okay, I mean, alright, okay.
exactly.
Carry on.
Now with that, you can skin animals, sell them up to the highest bidder, and you know, basically have them so you can also feed the meat to the residents of your crew. And also, one thing that also did was like you can now resettle in any part of the map. So if you get spotted and your crew needs to like you know, relocate to somewhere else, you can relocate with your entire crew.
Relocate, and then the next day later you have to relocate again because you were spotted.
Exactly, which is something I don't necessarily like because I have no idea how fast it is compared to something like traditional, because you're normally not in a crew member in Red Dead Redemption 1. You're basically attacking a group, if I'm not mistaken, another crew that basically assaulted you. So in this case, it's like forming a group. So I wonder how the relocation stuff will happen. Will you be interacting directly every single time you relocate? I really hope not, but yeah, I'm not sure what you guys think about that.
That sounds like so much effort.
Exactly. So
I'm curious to see if you can upgrade your camp at all. Like if you just like upgrade the horses or the carriages that you use, or
yeah.
probably the food that you can eat, etc., etc.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty much it. With Fallout 76, I mean Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, Fallout 76.
Shut up.
Oh, are we back to that? That's fine. We'll start again.
Yeah, let's do it. Me and Vault can go on for another hour.
No, okay, I think we're okay. I think we're okay. That was a slip of my tongue. So, anyways, let's move on to our 4 smaller news stuff that happened during this week. We're gonna mention 1. Germany has decided to outright lift the censorship for their games for relation to the symbol, the swastika. This is something that popped up last night that I felt like it was pretty interesting. I'm not sure if you guys are interested as well, but now games like Wolfenstein that were previously censored due to the imagery in the games and talking directly saying the Nazis, now they can allow the imagery so that that game can be bought and played inside in Germany. So previously, whenever a game had that imagery, you cannot buy it because Germany's stores will never sell them. Okay, so
do we know why this decision's come about?
I don't see the problem with it.
Yeah, I don't. Nobody knows this is the problem, but it came about last night when they decided to simultaneously just lift the ban up just for media, for movies, shows, and games. So they lifted up because it felt it was fair use to represent the story of the Nazis, but at the same time not big enough so that not everybody will have this symbol represented back in their country. But for historical significance, it was allowed. So, and to represent in some form of shape or medium, it will be allowed. So,
I guess that makes sense, but
which means we're gonna see more swastikas in like Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and stuff.
Or World War II, or what's the other game called? Sniper Elite that had
But it's only lifted in Germany, right?
Huh?
So it's only lifted in Germany.
No, it's lifted in Germany. Yeah, so
So
Germany,
it's like even like Wolfenstein in Germany is gonna lift the swastika thing, but that's still like a no everywhere else.
No, I don't think anywhere else has it, really, do they? I think most people have it. Obviously, they're just a bit sensitive over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like anywhere else, they're still gonna have it.
I've never noticed, to be honest.
Because in Call of Duty, like, I'm just gonna go in real quick. In the new Black Ops 3 Zombie Chronicles DLC, like the latest one, there's a map that used to have, like, it's in a German, like, movie theater, and it used to have swastikas all over the place, but because people are more, like, insensitive against the swastika, they had to change it to, like, the original, like, the cross or whatever the German symbol is.
The swastika.
Oh.
No, not the swastika, like
the right?
other... Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Swastika is back on Black Ops 1 when that map came out, but when they changed it to Black Ops 3, it's like the Reich symbol now.
Okay, I see. But yeah, it's an interesting topic, but not much to talk about it besides that. I thought it was pretty interesting to talk about, but let's move on to the next story. God of War got a New Game Plus update coming around August 20th. So, previously, in the original release date of God of War, people were clamoring about giving a New Game Plus, or wondering where was this New Game Plus. Normally in God of War, there's no such thing as New Game Plus, but rather you unlock stuff in the actual game that you can use later as costumes that you can get.
Like the Spud outfit.
Yeah.
Do you remember the potato outfit? Oh my god, that was good.
Yeah. So exactly. So basically, we're getting a New Game Plus that will feature new set of upgrades, keeping progress of everything you've done beforehand, and basically adding new stuff into it. So if anybody's interested about God of War, say so right now before we move on.
I still need
What's
to
the
play God of War.
point? You still need to play it. Oh my god, you have to. But what's the point? Why? What are they adding? Like, if you can't New Game Plus a game you've already done.
Probably.
Like, what are they? But on that little wheel thing.
Collectible or something.
Oh yeah, I guess so, because that's a nightmare. But like on that little wheel thing, I think there are a couple of like places that you can't go to, a couple of like worlds you can't go to, so maybe DLC. But other than that, I don't get it.
Well, I mean, I think those places that you couldn't access like on to all the other realms, those are going to take place in the sequel.
Okay, so then what's the point?
I don't know why they would put it into the game, of like, hey, you can go to all of these places.
I think it's just to
But
show
just-
that like the other realms are there, but we won't access them for another game or so.
Okay.
Yeah, but so what's the point in doing a new game plus?
Okay, I can give you a reason or a list with that.
Oh,
will justify.
okay.
So, first of all, they're gonna come with new gear, added more difficult enemies added in, as well as the ability to skip cutscenes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Lifesaver.
Is that it?
No.
Listen, unless they add trophies into it, I don't see a reason to go back to it.
Yeah, it's basically.
You think you have to play a new game plus to skip cutscenes, or can you just do that in the main game with this new update?
So it says relive the journey with all previous armors, enchantments, talismans, resources, and abilities of any difficulty of your choosing. Test your skill against higher leveled enemies with new attacks from them, as well as a brand new rarity equipment to craft and upgrade. You can collect a new resource called Scap Slag to upgrade your gear to the best of the best from finest blacksmiths. And then along the way, you have new customization options for new armor sets, enchantments, and last but not least, you can skip the ability on both normal and New Game Plus modes on full playthroughs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So when I finally get to playing God of War, then the cutscene thing will hopefully be
Implemented.
But that's
Yeah,
like
'cause-
a big part of that game.
Yeah, I wouldn't skip them.
I've already seen the game beginning to end, and I still want to play it. So getting the cutscenes would be pretty good.
Yeah, so it's something interesting to note about, but in petition for trophies, I feel like they would introduce a something sort of DLC trophy, but at the same time, they don't want to label it as a DLC.
Didn't Horizon Zero Dawn do something similar to this, where they added a new game plus,
yeah.
and they added a trophy for it?
Really? Oh.
I think I could be mistaken.
It's in front of me right now. New Game Plus. It's literally complete game on New Game Plus on any difficulty. Complete New Game Plus on Ultra Hard. That's 2 trophies for New Game Plus. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically taking a page from Horizon. I mean, like I said, I mean, I don't see a reason to return to the game unless it has trophies connected to it. I feel like God of War is like the type of game where you only need to play it once to get the full experience.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if someone, it gives an excuse to people to jump back in, and gives incentive to like add more content to it after a couple of months. So, yeah, it all depends on what they want to do next. But besides that, going off to other news that popped around this week. There's something else that I really wanted to emphasize. Right now, anyone that is interested in looking into The Walking Dead final season, there's a trophy list right now active and posted about. It was originally released with the hidden trophies, but they now revealed all the hidden trophies. So if anyone is interested in looking at this trophy list, you can do so, but be warned, there are spoilers behind those trophies, so try not to get spoiled along the way.
And if you're gonna read them, don't spoil it for me.
Yeah, try not to spoil at all. It's something that people want to keep playing, but if anyone is interested, you can go ahead and, look it up to yourself and see what you guys think about it,
And if enough people care, we can probably make a spoiler chat for that.
Yeah. It all
Wait,
depends.
I don't have to see them.
But and then the last thing that I want to add in is that for our last story, we want to cover a bit about Mega Man. Now, people that are interested in the Mega Man series, there's gonna be a demo for Mega Man 11 coming around September 4th. So this is basically adding in a demo so that people can play test and see how the game works around that time. So if there's any Mega Man fans out there that wish to play or try out this game, you can do so right now. Later on September 4th. So that's pretty much everything. Anyone wants to chip in before we move on to our next section?
Yeah, we can.
I've never played Mega Man, but I'm excited to see how it looks.
Okay.
I'm super excited for Mega Man 11. It's after all the Mega Man 10 games that have been. Oh god, there's been so many Mega Man 10 games. I'm finally ready to see what the new installment in the series has to offer. So that I just need to see more of it.
Yeah. Hopefully we get to see more of it, but in the meantime, I think Mega Man 11 coming in September for a demo would be very grateful for anyone who hasn't pre-ordered and wants to see how the game plays, you know? It's very rare these days to see a demo of a game, you know?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm glad that they're actually going for it.
I'll probably download it and play it for fun.
Okay.
I mean, I take back what I said earlier. I did play like a Mega Man game before, but I never finished it. I don't even think I got finished with the level actually. But I had fun with what I played. It's just not the kind of game for me. I like, especially if I'm going for like trophies and stuff. I know I will just throw my controller through the TV.
Oh well, that's pretty much it, really. Anyways, let's move on to our news section. Finally, we've been like most of the episode talking about the news section, but yeah, it's gonna be.
We're moving on to our news section from our news section.
Exactly. So, the news section, we're gonna talk about the Tricky Trophy section. The Tricky Trophies are basically, if you haven't heard already, we basically say our anecdotes to one of our the trickiest trophies that we ever gotten. Anything that's hard, long, lengthy, whatever that feels like it was a total grind that really annoyed you, but you felt great afterwards. You can say so right here, right now, whatever you say. So, anyone want to start with this?
I'll start. I'm literally just going to go with last week, which was the Perfect Sphere Master on Final Fantasy X. Because there is so much work before you get to that point, especially if you're going like the Don Tombury route of farming the XP for it, and then you got to farm stuff to get the Tombury, and then you got to farm the orbs to fill the gaps in, and then when you finally do it, I must have sat there 3 or 4 times with Burnie, and I was like, look, the trophy's going to pop, and then it didn't pop because I've like removed the look sphere with a clear sphere, and then reset like 3 people's grids, like, and then trying to find it. It's just like the world's longest.
As someone who has done this trophy, I can tell it's an absolute nightmare.
It's soul destroying, but when it actually pops, it is. You just feel so relieved that I've done it.
Yeah, like you just escaped hell or something. It just feels like the best thing in the world.
Oh well, that's pretty much it, really. I'm not sure if Sora has anything to chip in about Final Fantasy.
No, I mean, I don't have anything to add, honestly.
So,
yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add into that anecdote? No?
Nah,
That I need like time back. He owes me time, like looking at that screen, watching him do it.
I mean, we already have the second half of the story. You wanna chip in?
What do you want to know? My tricky trophy?
Yeah.
I would probably say I would normally go like GTA Vice City because it's literally hell. But I think on this occasion, I'm gonna say I have the Battlefield 1 Platinum, and one of the trophies is called Master of Adaptation, which you need to complete all challenges in the campaign, and it is just the most depressing thing I have ever done in my life. So like each level has like 3 or 4 challenges. I think one of them was like you had to shoot all these stupid like bunker things, and if you were on if you missed one, like you couldn't go back, and the frame rate was so bad that they might not spawn. Oh my god, and someone's just Shingo's just put, I'm a stand-up kind of guy. I swear to god, okay, so there's one of them where you have to shoot every single plane out of the freaking sky, and he says the same voice line over and over, and all he says is, I'm a stand-up kind of guy, and I was literally hearing it ringing in my ears for months. It is just the most soul-destroying crap. So every single one of those challenges, I, felt like a cigarette burn on my soul, and when I'd finally done it, I was so relieved. Like, if anybody wants to go for the Battlefield 1 plat, probably my advice would be don't, if you want to, not hang yourself, because it was just horrific. Multiplayer trophies, fine. That one, no, I would rather lick a homeless guy's foot than do that again. So that's my tricky trophy.
I just like if anyone wants to go for the Battlefield 1, don't.
Okay, yeah.
If anyone was even thinking about it, don't.
Yeah, so.
Pretty much.
I'm gonna go in and chip into my tricky trophy then. My tricky trophy comes in the form of Arena Domination. Which is in Persona 5 Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, you have to complete all 3 Golden Arena courses. Now, the Golden Arena is this RPG type fighting where you basically grind your way up, defeating fighter after fighter as you upgrade your points. It's your stats towards your main basically. And then you rank up, and based upon your performance, you get to move on to the next Golden Arena. So each time you defeat a character, you go up a rank, and then you go up a bit more until you complete the first Golden Arena by a final boss that basically destroys you in the first if you're not prepared. So why is this a tricky trophy? It's because how grindy it is. You basically need to max out your character to level 99, max out your at least some of your stats in order to increase your power level, and then have a shot, if you get lucky, by getting some of the skill points off some of the boss encounters. For example, some of the boss encounters have special abilities that you can wield for yourself if you want. And one of them is Die For Me. And that is literally what saved me on this run. And basically Die For Me is that if you can either win the game by normally beating them, or if you get lucky and you hit them, you can basically instant KO them. So I was playing up in that challenge, and one part I was defeating Elizabeth, which is the final boss of the entire campaign. And granted, you can't go back and redo her again until you do clear up again the Golden Arena in order to get to her. So I was there against her with this skill point, and I was basically trying to hit her with weak attacks, hopefully getting the odds to lower. And I was about to die before I hit her, and she basically got an instant KO, and I managed to get this trophy. But during that whole preparation, getting through all of that, before I could get this life-saving skill that basically made the entire run a joke, I really don't think it's worth it, because it's long, repetitive, and once you get to know your main, you're basically sticking with that main until the end of it all. So yeah, beating all 3 Golden Arena courses, yeah, at 3.60, and it's a well-deserved gold. So
oh my god,
yeah,
what the heck.
Yeah,
Sounds like my kind of trophy.
Yeah, so if you're
No, it doesn't. You're such a rager.
I mean, whenever you get knocked out, you can't go back to the last one that you mentioned. You basically do the whole thing again. So,
Yeah, fuck that. I would be done.
Yeah.
I'm done.
So I basically at least managed to do that completely, and I felt great afterwards because of one simple thing. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Sora.
Awesome.
Sorry, wanna go on?
Yeah, I'll do my next. So I actually just changed mine, like, in the midst of you explaining yours. That's why I was a little bit quiet.
Yeah.
So, so I'm sorry about that. I went from being in Final Fantasy 15, and I was going to explain one certain type of trophy, but now I changed it to Tales of Zestiria. And the reason why I changed it is because I was just looking over my... I just looked at it and everything, and for anyone that doesn't know, Tales is... Hey! Sorry.
No worries.
So, if anyone doesn't know, Tales of Zestiria has a awful battle system in the game, and they have this combat system implement of bonus skills.
Okay.
And basically, it's a long, complicated process, like, basically that you have to learn through skits in the game, and what skits are basically like short little stories that you watch with all the characters. But it's something that you have to look through, and the game doesn't outright explain it to you, so you have to go through all these websites and try to figure out, like, what's a skill, how do you activate a skill, how do you get a double or triple skill, how do you get a stack of a skill. And so basically this trophy is called Sweet 16, and you basically it's a gold trophy, but it's to achieve a stack 16 bonus skill.
Okay.
And basically what a stack 16 bonus skill is getting a triple skill of a stack 3 skill, and then a double skill of a stack 2 skill, and then combining those two skills together, using it on any piece of equipment, and then leveling up that equipment to level 99 to achieve said Sweet 16 bonus skill.
I have no idea what the fuck you just said.
Exactly! No one explains this in the entirety of Syria. Like, they explain it to you on, like, little, like what I said before, little skits and everything, but it doesn't go in depth. It just tells you the basics of what they're just like, oh yeah, if you put this skill and this skill together, it creates a stack 2 bonus skill. And it's just like, okay, but you didn't tell me that I had to level the weapon up to level 99 to get the other 10 bonus skills attached to it.
Wow. So they purposely left off some stuff that you cannot know until you basically look it up on the internet.
Pretty much.
That is so...
And so I spent the entire game just like, I didn't worry about it or anything. Like, I could just do it during post-game and everything. And I was just like, okay, so now that I'm done with the game, let me see if I can go ahead and get this skill real quick, because I have... Because I have pretty much every weapon, and I have all the skills attached to them, so I was like, okay. And then I was only able to get to a stack 6 skill, and I was like, okay, where are the other 10 skills that I need? And everything. And then I looked it up online, and it's like, oh, you have to level up that weapon to level 99. And I was like, oh, fuck, great, awesome. And so I had to spend another 10 hours afterwards leveling it up to 99.
Damn. Oh, wow.
Well, I'm just going to go be, like, sick in my mouth, because that sounds like hell.
Yeah, trust me, it made me not want to platinum the game. After I found that out.
How many times Sora said skills? I feel like skill isn't even a word anymore after hearing it so many times. It's like,
right?
you hear a word so many times, it just becomes like gibberish at that point.
Everyone should play a shot game where every time I said skill, they should take a drink.
I mean, you said it right now, so probably they'll pass out before they can even finish this part.
Right?
Yeah.
But yes, that is my tricky trophy, so everyone go get your Sweet 16 bonus skill from Tales of Zestiria. You'll have fun with it.
No, you already poisoned the from Alka.
You killed Nomad.
I killed Nomad.
Yeah. Anyways, our last and final person who hasn't mentioned their tricky trophy, B-Tips, you want to take the floor?
Yep, I got this. My tricky trophy, it used to be something else from the same game. This one is the best of the best in Modern Warfare Remastered. And it is to beat Infinity Ward's best time on the ship training course in FNG, which is the first level, like the training thing in the game where you get your, like, show you how to shoot and aim down the sights and whatnot.
Okay.
You have to beat it in 1 second. This trophy sucked. And I say that because you have to run through this, like, makeshift ship in about 17 seconds, and you have to destroy these targets, and then you have to throw a flashbang through certain rooms in order to make other targets spawn.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to have this timed out so perfectly that, like, as soon as you shoot like the first 2 targets, you have to immediately start prepping the flash to go into the room, and then as soon as it goes off, you have to immediately start spraying your gun. And the only way you're gonna get the perfect time for this is an accuracy bonus, and time is shaven off of your total time if you get a perfect accuracy bonus, which is 3. If you manage to hit all the targets without without missing, and doing it correctly within about 17 seconds, you should, at least in my for me, should get the time needed. And I cannot tell you how many times I ran through that course. It was literally the second trophy that I earned, because the first one you have to beat Gaz, which is another character in the game. You have to beat his record of 19 seconds, and that's not hard.
Okay.
But just getting the 15 seconds is a pain in the ass, because I had to run through that entire course like at least 30 times. And just hearing Captain Price, another one of your characters that like leads you in the game, every time you had to rappel down into the ship, he would just scream, "Go, go, go!" And that's grating.
That sucks. That sucks, really. Especially like in this game, Modern Warfare. What was the trophy name again?
Best of the best.
Best of the best. Oh well. Well, at least you are now best of the best. Anyways, is that everything you want to say for this trophy? Or is there anything else?
Everything I can think of.
Oh well, that's pretty much it, everybody. So, this has been the end of the Tricky Trophy section, and now we move on by shamelessly plugging our stuff and saying basically our goodbyes and then.
Is it shameless if we love doing it?
I mean, no, I don't know, but yeah. So basically,
Heard that effect, didn't know how to respond. It's okay, I have that effect on people.
So thank you for listening to the Trophy Chest podcast. Sorry for this long episode. It went on long enough, but I'm glad you guys stuck to it for how long it was. Thank you, Vault 906, both Burnie and Ash, for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks for having us.
And now we're gonna do a little thing. So where can people find you and what you mostly do? Tell yourselves a bit about what you guys do on Vault 906.
Well, we're mostly like unboxings, to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
We like hoarding, so we buy a lot of collector's editions. So if anybody's interested in like want to see what a collector's edition is like before you buy it, or I think we did the God of War PS4 as well. Like if you're interested in anything like that, that's what we try and do on our channel, as well as like Pokemon, but we don't do that as often.
Okay.
If anybody like wants to see people unbox stuff, like we have like the Fallout crate from like Loot Crate, and a lot of like gaming crates that we open with some cool stuff in it. So yeah, like drop us a sub,
Yeah.
hook us up.
I mean, I personally watched the one with Ni no Kuni, and I thought it was very hilarious how you guys managed to open that box.
Beck linked your page last night, and I watched through a few of the Fallout related ones, and I thought they were pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a really good like Pokemon one where a lamp falls on Ash. If you can find that one, it is an absolute hoot. Like,
I'll have to look after this.
The funniest things happen when Ash gets hurt. I swear to God, it's just funny.
So hurt equals views. Okay, I see how.
Because one's pain is another person's pleasure.
Ash, is there anything you want to say in regards to this?
Honestly, like the one episode in question when that lamp went over, I know she did it. Like on the video, I knew as soon as it fell, she had done something.
You're
and she just
kidding.
denied it for weeks, and then she's like, "Yeah, I did."
I'm not trying to kill you for insurance money, babe. Like, what the hell?
Because you need to do a better job than that. Like, this is just like flesh wounds.
Well, game
What's a
on.
flesh wound?
Game on.
I mean, I think you need to, like, grow up, because it was like a lamp. It wasn't like a sledgehammer. But yeah, if you want to see that, you can dig that one out, because that one's it's funny. We're totally professional as well.
Yeah, proper professional.
Hey, Ash. Payback time. Come on, payback time.
It's like an episode of Home Alone, which where Bernie sets up like a booby trap that's going to get me. Like nothing ever falls on Bernie or happens to Bernie. I don't know how. I don't know why.
And yet you are the punching bag in every single episode.
Oh, he's so hard done by, isn't he?
Yeah.
Anyways, now seeing that we already plugged your stuff, where can people find you guys on Twitter?
Just at Vault Fiction for me, Vault_Fiction.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure mine is at Ash Ketchup YT, I think.
I'm pretty sure. Okay, I'm gonna take your word for it. Okay. Where can people find you, Sora?
You can find me at Twitter at SaratsuG.
Yes.
That's it.
And B-Tips, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at GamerBTips.
Yes, and you can find me on Twitter at TheVictronic. You can also follow us on Twitter at The Trophy Trust. We post sometimes, goofs, bloopers, and we also set behind the scenes stuff as we already posted right about before we started this episode.
Falling on people.
Yeah. And you can also follow us on updates on how, sometimes we also do giveaways and stuff. But we'll try to do some when we can. Anyways, besides that, we also have this lovely server where we host basically the podcast and you can listen in live. We try to do this on Fridays around the 3 p.m. I think it's like 3 p.m. EST, a pre-show. Around 4 p.m. we actually do the actual podcast itself around that time EST. That's pretty much 6 p.m. GMT, if I'm not mistaken. So 6 p.m. 7. You can also follow this server where we also talk about pretty much every single day about trophies and stuff. Besides that, you can also check out SoundCloud, iTunes, YouTube, pretty much whenever that we post our stuff, and you can listen to pretty much our every single episode that we post around weekly. Besides that, we also have a Patreon account that we also like to donate at least $1, so we can actually maintain server hosting costs for the podcast. It's not that much for the podcast, but at least it gives us incentive to keep moving on. Okay. Besides that, that's pretty much everything on the Trophy Chest. So, thank you very much, Ash Vault, for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. And last but not least, thank you guys for joining us, B-Tips and Sora.
Thank you very much for having me again.
Yes.
I'm here 24/7.
Yes, you're a very reliable person, B-Tips. Anything.
Indeed.
Yes. So thank you very much for listening. Hope you see you next week. And take care. Bye.
Bye.
Adios.